Hello, everybody.
Hey.
I'm going to sit like this. My name is Erica.
My name is Em. And
this is the Shift Show. We were walking, and I asked Em, we were talking about the practices for A Course in Miracles today, and I asked Em if she wanted to make a video about why we're doing this and what it means to us individually and what we perceive it means for the collective.
Yeah, exacto.
Okay, so I'll start. I was saying, so the foundational word for me is rewiring, or I just had this image of like an eraser, an old school eraser, of like erasing. And I was telling Em that I feel like the ultimate goal is to unravel and erase and rewire to a baby's brain. Because I was doing the exercise for today, and it was, I do not know what that chair is for. I do not know what the plant is for. I do not know. And we passed by this enormous dirt pile, and Micah loves to play in the dirt and get in it and just like, and it's because she doesn't know what the dirt is for except for her enjoyment. It's obviously there for her to play. So it feels like the ultimate goal for me is to rewire back to her, probably before her, because she now gives meaning to certain things. And yeah, so like a newborn's brain is what?
The beginner's mind, as some might say.
The beginner's mind. Yes, the beginner's mind.
Yeah.
What about you, Em? What is it for you?
That's a great question. Part of what has come up for me, definitely the beginner's mind, the baby's, similar to what you said.
Clean slate.
Clean slate, and also in some ways, like, there's stuff that I'm not aware of necessarily. That's part of my programming and my conditioning. And so it feels like with these practices, it helps me to dig into those, I don't know, you can call them whatever you want, shadowy, subconscious
stories.
Yeah, exactly. Those stories that I don't necessarily have awareness of yet. And it gives me a way to, some people might even say blind spots. I mean, there's lots of different terms, right?
Right.
However you want to understand it. But it gives me an opportunity to see those and reprogram them towards more love. Because some of those may be more rooted in fear.
Right. Yeah.
Or scarcity, or, fear.
Fear.
A lot of it probably goes back to fear.
Yeah.
Whether it was picked up from someone, wherever it was picked up from.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And so
and it also feels like, I know you often talk about the grooves of goodness, right? So it's a rewiring too, to bring that more into my awareness.
Right. To program or unprogram, right?
Yeah.
So everything, eventually, the end goal is to not even have any programs. Yeah. Yeah, the grooves of goodness is something, is a term that I created about neuroplasticity. So
I'm over here pondering about no programs.
Oh, yeah.
Because the grooves of goodness is a program.
Because it's good or bad, right? Because we could have the grooves of badness, which is what our default is as humans, or at least what I've been taught to believe, that the reptilian brain is part of that negative bias. Another program. Yeah. So grooves of neutrality. Grooves of meaningless.
Neutral grooves. I feel like that could be an awesome song.
Oh, neutral grooves.
Neutral grooves.
Into the neutral grooves. So yeah, neuroplasticity, and this is the program that I have, based on the second that you have a new experience, a new idea, a new word, a new anything, your brain sparks a neuronal connection, a nerve connection, to start a new pathway. And the grooves of goodness are pathways towards goodness, those things that we're not typically used to accepting or expecting start to get deepened the more that we allow that to happen. And so grooves of goodness are are ways of creating new pathways for joy, for peace, for love, for goodness, for the things that the human experiences,
higher points of a wave.
Yes, the higher points of a wave that the human has identified as
good.
Feeling good, right?
Desirable, maybe.
Yes, which again can be considered a program because there's no good or bad. Everything is meaningless. Yeah. So,
that's me being like mind blown.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
The more you think about it, the more it's a mind. Hey, sister.
Oh.
My sister said she would come to me. Well, she said in her she came to me in my inner voice session after she passed in dark flying animals or insects.
And there's a dark, is that a butterfly?
I think it's it's a butterfly. Okay, cool.
Okay. So, no more programs.
No more programs. A programless
Ciao.
society. Let us know what you think about that.
Sit around like
and
this?
if you've been following along.
Is that going to be where we're going to be?
Yeah, because eventually we won't have to use this
language words.
Yes, it's all going to be energy.
It already is.
It is already. More and more people are following the kids to understand that that's the way that we will all communicate.
NRG.
Until then, thanks for
We
joining.
love
Let
you.
us know what you think,
Yeah.
what you feel. If you have
What's
any
coming up for
celebration.
you? What's not coming up for you? You know.
All right.
We love you.
We love you. Thanks for joining.